Hi, welcome to Top Shelf Takes, the only show on the internet that is made up of complete fact and no opinion whatsoever. So today we're going to be talking about the best robots of all time. All right, guys, I'm super excited to get into this topic, best robots. It's going to be a great show. We have two lovely guests, one new, one returning. I'd love for them to introduce themselves.
Hello, it's great to be here. I'm Tyler.
Hi, it's me again, Demi.
Hi.
Hi, Demi.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Tommy.
All right, guys, I can't wait to get started. We all know the new rules for the updated show. We're going to have a judge, and they're going to give us a 30-second intro as well as a 3-minute debate at the end. And we're going to make a concrete top six list. Let's get into it without further ado, and I'm going to hand it off to this episode's judge, Mr. Dylan Fraser.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, sir. All right. So I'm going to start with you, Tim, and this is the first round. We're going to do each person has 30 seconds. I'll time it on my end here. And when you start talking is when I'll start the timer, and I'll cut you off at the 30-second mark. So, Tim, the floor is yours.
Roger. For number 6, we're going the B-1 battle droids from Star Wars. We saw them first in The Phantom Menace, but in cartoon form, we saw them in the Clone Wars, and we saw them in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. These guys came out, and they started as just robots, the new stormtroopers, but they turned into lovable oafs who were really dumb and had a fun, nasally voice, and they turned out to be stupid, and we want to see them reprogrammed and used for good because they're weirdly sweet, but they're used for evil. What?
Sorry.
I
was just trying to say 5 seconds. Up next, Ty. Your 30 seconds is on the clock, sir. The floor is yours.
All right, go. All right, this lovable robot is from WALL-E, one of the greatest love stories of all time. It's Eve, not WALL-E. Eve can fly around like a freaking jet. I think she breaks the sound barrier. She can go all across everything. She can put plants in her belly, which is pretty crazy. She can talk. She's compassion. She's lovable. She's programmable, and it's just the greatest love story of all time.
My number 6 choice is Rodney Copperbottom from the Robots animated movie. And I mostly picked him to symbolize the entire movie because how can we forget an iconic animated movie from creators of Ice Age. Rodney Copperbottom is voiced by Ewan McGregor, and I'm just gonna yield the rest of my time.
Demi, you're not gonna believe this. He was my 6 too.
Rodney Copperbottom?
Rodney Copperbottom, and it's only because of the line, because we are a family broadcast, I will not repeat, but it's because of that line in one of the first scenes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That one's so iconic.
Is that your opening?
That's my argument.
Very well. All right. So, as we all know, we're going to open the floor to everybody. You guys have 3 minutes to debate amongst yourselves. Make sure to knock each other, raise points for yourself, because my decision is going to come based on the following 3 minutes. So, you're on the clock.
I have never heard one person say, "Give me more droids in a Star Wars movie."
You're
Never
wrong.
once.
They're great in the Clone Wars. They're so funny and they're weirdly lovable. You don't mind. They're a villain you don't mind seeing destroyed because they just keep coming. There's so many of them. They're like Star Wars' version of the dim-witted henchmen, and that's great. You know, and their voices are so much fun. Don't throw them in with prequel hate. We don't need any of that here. They're really fun new additions to the Star Wars universe. I am gonna come for Eve for a second. I think we love Eve because we love WALL-E so much.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm pulling for Eve, okay? We love Eve because we're watching a robot learn to love.
Mm-hmm.
Holden Counts at the beginning of that movie, she goes through an arc where she forgets about her directive for a second because she's a robot. That's what she's programmed to do. But she overcomes her literal brain wiring and learns to love another being enough that she cares more about WALL-E's well-being than the well-being of the plant, which is her whole purpose in in her existence.
I think Greatest Love Story of All Time is a really biased take that you might have got from that movie, but a lot of other people might have seen that and been kind of bored. There are parts of WALL-E that I really like, but I have heard a lot of things from people who have seen WALL-E that they've kind of been like, it was fine, it was really cool looking, but the thing is, robot falling in love is not new. That's like a sitcom trope. Like, oh, the robot fell in love.
One could argue that about the prequels.
How's that?
No one's fallen in love with the prequels.
No one's arguing falling in love with battle droids. I think the falling in love with a robot is a trope that's been done. I'm saying the battle droids, they literally are countless. There's millions of them. They're fun.
I don't remember a single thing they've done.
Roger.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Fine, your only point on Eve was she can talk and she has a plant inside her.
She doesn't talk.
A lot of 3-year-olds can talk and eat
He
plants.
does talk. You
Fall
were
in love.
reading correctly.
Oh.
Yeah, we see people fall in love with robots, but this is a robot love story.
Look, all I'm saying is Ty's got a good point. Eve and Wally's love story, whether or not you agree it's the greatest love story of all time, it inspires other characters in the movie.
WALL-E's commitment does inspire other characters.
No. Their love inspires them.
Mhm.
Their love of each other is what gets two of the humans to look up from their screens and notice the world around them.
Time, everybody. Wow. Demi just ditched the copper bomb.
Yeah, you did. You really did.
You know why? Because I wanted Eve on
I
the list,
respect
but I didn't have a spot for her. So I was
And-
I was ready to pull for her.
I'm gonna give the round to Eve for Demi's argument. So Ty, Demi gave you a little assist there.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll have Eve on this list any day.
All right, so going on to round 5, we're gonna go in reverse this time. So Tommy,
I'm going to start a fight with my pick. And I'm going to put the best droid in Star Wars history.
At number 5.
At number 5.
He's doing it again.
Yeah,
It is
a five?
L337. The only droid I would enjoy spending time with. She can obviously stand up for herself. I'd like me a good bar fight.
that's
But
time.
she's
Tommy.
definitely get us inside.
Time, Tommy.
My number 5 spot goes to Bimo from Adventure Time. Bimo is the cutest little robot. I don't even know what pronouns to use because it's kind of known that he, she is a little non-binary going on there. We don't really know what his gender may be, but they do use the male pronouns more often, so I'll stick with he. He's very important to the plot. He's got so many episodes that are like he's a star of. Talk about his functions. Oh, damn it, I'll get into it.
I'm also kicking it to Star Wars. And I'm saying number 5 is BB-8. So BB-8 is so essential to the sequel trilogy. I have so much trouble with it, but that's one of the great shining areas. This droid's in it all the time. It's a new droid. It's a sphere. It's awesome. It rolls. It's cute. Says all these cool little beep-bop things. Helps out Rey. Helps out Finn. Helps out the Resistance.
And that's time.
In our Best Monsters episode, we were arguing what's the best monster of all time. We put into that list the king of the monsters, Godzilla. How do we make him better? We make him a freaking robot. I'm going Mega Godzilla. Okay, you put chrome and plates around Godzilla, you make it gigantic, and you give him laser vision. How is it better than that? He's not programmed by anyone. He's on a rampage. He flies, and he can kill any monster that comes at him. The answer here is Mega Godzilla. I yield the rest of my time. Okay, I'm gonna say first, Tommy, I'm sorry, I don't like L3. I found her annoying. We should.
Oh, so you hate a strong woman, Tim?
Not at all. No. Oh my God.
I don't even know who you're talking about. Like, who is that?
She's in
We're just
Solo, and
annoying.
her whole thing is like she's kind of annoying, and she's like, we need to free the droids from slavery, and it's like, guys, don't keep pointing out that droids are there against their will. It makes us all put some uncomfortable questions on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Don't need that in there. So I didn't really like L3, and I liked Solo, but I just didn't really find
That was bad.
yeah,
It was
I didn't.
uncomfortable.
She might be my least favorite droid.
And never forget,
to be honest.
she slept with Lando.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's like
That also is why she's
that was
running
a
joke in
fine.
the movie is that she and Lando got together. So
It's so weird.
it's so
That's weird.
yeah.
It is 100% a Donald
I-
Glover decision.
BMO though.
Ty,
Good pick.
I fully agree with you on BB-8. I think he deserves to be higher.
I want to
I
get
saw the
BMO.
trailer.
Hold on, I gotta say more things about BMO.
Awesome.
Okay? I gotta talk about BMO's functions. Can we talk about the episode where BMO is also a video game if you don't watch Adventure Time. But BMO rocks because Finn and Jake can play inside the video game as if it was like virtual video games, but they're like inside and it's like real stakes. Also, there's a really cool episode where BMO is a noir detective and we just have a little film noir episode and that's really cool.
Yep.
Also, BMO has split personality. There's also football.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah.
So
BMO's like wicked creative, a really cute robot, like is just
It
That's
makes the plot better.
So I hear you, but my question would be, is he a hundreds of thousands of foot tall monster that has laser
no,
vision?
he's
Okay.
more
Fly?
sophisticated.
Okay, though.
More sophisticated
No,
than that.
no, I'm sorry.
No, as awesome and devastating as that is, it's just a lizard that is robotic.
Yeah.
You stand down, sir. You don't know
God.
what Godzilla brings to the culture of
Of
the-
what? Of what?
Of
what?
giant monsters that made the film great, okay?
You
You
don't know
ever
what
hear
you're
the
talking-
giant monster movies? Godzilla is a living legend. He is the king of the
Yeah,
monsters.
sure.
This is an
Godzilla.
upgraded version
Godzilla.
of him.
Living
This is
Godzilla.
literally
Tim,
So, Tim, you were kind of running away. There wasn't a lot of negatives for Godzilla, and then Ty brought up the point. It's not technically, he's not a robot.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he's
Wait,
a stupid lizard.
no,
He
that's not.
said he was a lizard with armor on him.
No, that's not true at all. He's a robot that was made in Godzilla's image.
Oh, what? Oh, you're talking about Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, dude. Why would I put Godzilla on the list? I'm
That's
talking about
because it's a
Mega
bad
Godzilla.
pig. That's how
No,
bad your
that's
pick is.
your
We don't know
bias.
Yeah.
what you're talking
That's
about.
your bias. I'm talking about Mega Godzilla.
Mecha.
Tommy, there's no. I'm sorry, you didn't argue a lot there. Ty didn't really either. So it,
I loved BMO. I hopped on the BMO train.
it's
Yeah.
now Ty and Demi are like fighting against Tim right now.
did they just return the favor?
Yeah, it was a little scratch my
Yeah,
back. they'll
guys,
scratch
I
yours.
can't
Yeah.
put you on
They
one like this.
Did they really did? And like number 5, BMO.
Emo, yeah.
Y'all are gonna give me hate for this one, but I'm gonna talk about one of the MVPs of the Star Wars universe. We're going C-3PO. You stop with that hand palm. He is an original trilogy main cast member. He has been played by the same actor across all Star Wars platforms. He is the only actor that can do that. He has saved the day countless of times, and it's not his fault that the prequels and sequels made him a joke. In the original trilogy, he saves the day more times than you can count. He saves them from the trash compactor. He gets the information to Luke. He saves R2 from not going with the Jawas. He saves them from the Ewoks. He brings the Ewoks as backup.
All right, I am also going to the Star Wars universe, but it is Rogue One K2SO. I think K2SO is one of the most coolest looking droids in the Star Wars universe. He's a sick Imperial droid that was reprogrammed. That's awesome. We always want to see that. He's super strong, kills a ton of people, sacrifices himself for his friends, and like the good of what they're doing. Super awesome, dude. And you know, I gotta stop there because I don't know what else to say.
All right, my number 4, I'm like repping the non-Star Wars robots here because someone's got to do it, is Baymax from Big Hero 6. Baymax
Nice.
is a literal big fluffy air-filled marshmallow that you can hug and will give you band-aids and love. Okay? He is Hero's last remnant and connection to his dead brother. We love an emotional connection. Speaking of sacrificing himself for his friends and the greater good, he literally sacrifices himself and dies so that Hero can live. And you cry when you see it. Like,
Next time.
My number 4 is Sonny from I Am Legend because he's a robot who's bad, then goes good, and then he saves the day. And yay.
is that real?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's real. All right. On
And
that,
I Am Legend, I Robot.
I was gonna say I don't think it's I Am Legend. I don't know those movies well enough to say, but I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not I Am Legend.
Baymax was my number 2.
I would gladly see Baymax higher.
Yeah.
Guys, stop spoiling your list.
No, I'd see Baymax
Well,
higher.
I can't do it now. I actually have a good 2 though.
You can
Uh,
stick with your pick too.
No,
Tim.
no,
you stick with your pick.
Ty, don't change your
Yeah,
pick.
you
Yeah,
stick,
yeah.
You stick with your pick.
You,
Yeah.
you can get them higher up the list if
Yeah.
you just say that.
If you want Baymax higher,
Oh.
you fight for Baymax
Yeah.
being higher. Yeah.
Yeah, Baymax, I don't have much bad to say about. I'd say I'd want him higher on the list.
Yeah.
I'll gladly see Baymax higher.
K2SO, he was my favorite part of Rogue One. I'm also gonna give you a little pat on the back there too. I just would say in Rogue One, I had a hard time connecting with a lot of those characters. I felt like there wasn't a lot of depth, and he was one of the standouts for me. It's interesting that we have 2 Alan Tudyk roles because he played Sonny as well. But yeah, I just would say that I don't know. I'd like to see K2SO in a more interesting format.
Yeah, I agree. He was silly, witty, everything C-3PO's not. 3PO is annoying. He got them in the trash compactor in the first place.
That's not true. They dive into it.
How many
He's the
times
worst
does
backseat
C-3PO
driver in
screw up?
history.
He's
But,
only
okay.
good to bring to a casino to tell you the odds.
Dylan, I'm sorry that they have a problem with robot butlers in Star Wars. If those 3 things don't sound incredible to you, then I don't know what to tell
All I
you.
That deserves like a 6 spot.
No.
Tim, have you seen iRobot?
Right
That's why
now.
you don't want robot butlers.
No, listen to me right now. C-3PO walked in A New Hope so that your droid could run in Rogue One. And don't
Yes, he
even
did.
disrespect 3PO like this. You cannot tell me that he didn't start this genre, okay?
The word ungrateful comes to mind, is what I'm saying, okay? The word ungrateful to someone who started in the 70s, literally had the first line of Star Wars ever, and he brings Star Wars to our
He
heart.
didn't move his arm out.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He doesn't have hands.
Your guy can moves really stiltedly. I'm not holding it
My
against
guy
him.
can
He's a
fly.
robot.
You know what also started in the 70s? Kmart, and it sucks too.
That's a
You are
non-sequitur.
ungrateful. You're
Tell me
ungrateful. I'm
They
sorry.
only put 3PO in the new trilogy because he sucks so bad.
Let's talk about 3PO in the new trilogy because I'm going to jump on another one. 3PO also sacrifices himself for the greater good. He needs to give his memory bank, which is the same as killing a droid,
He's
and
got
he
plot
will
armor.
do that for the greater good.
It doesn't count.
No,
It's a
he
plot
doesn't
armor.
know that he's coming back online. He literally knows that
No one would care.
this is what it means, and he's gonna sacrifice himself and unplug himself. I'm sorry, you're very biased
He
against.
doesn't have feelings. He never tells R2 he
Never
likes him.
to be on this
Until the
list.
way end?
Yes, he does.
Sociopath.
Yes, he
He's a
does.
psychopath.
He deserves to be on this list, and you know it.
He never tells anybody he cares about them until he's about to die.
That's not true.
Most humans live like
Everybody
that,
likes
Ty. A
that.
lot of humans live that way.
Yeah, and they're old
Fine.
guys trying to get
That
into
is
heaven.
fine.
That's time.
That is the 3 minutes. Wow.
Mm.
This just turned into a C-3PO fight. And so the audience is aware, my biased opinion, I am on the side of Ty and Tommy. However, you guys just kind of bashed the basic points of C-3PO and didn't really have much to counter when Tim and then Demi turn around and provided valid points and valid plot points as to how C-3PO does indeed do his part in Star Wars and does indeed open the door for other droids in the later universe. This hurts a part of my soul. C-3PO is going to be the number 4 spot on our list.
Yes. Just
Congratulations, Tim.
Dylan, don't tell him when it's on the sofa.
My pick is Iron Man.
Anyway, my number 3 pick is Wally himself, the adorable little survivor who saves the entire human race, even though we do not deserve it. He has somehow learned to love both Eve and life and to appreciate beauty. He never gives up his insanely impossible directive to clean up the trashed Earth that we left behind, even though he's literally the only robot left to do it. Time.
All right, we've all seen the awesome movie Interstellar, but who made that awesome? Tars. Tars is a military robot who we've never seen anything like it before. He has so many arms. He's awesome. He's like a walking computer. He can do crazy science in his head. He connects to the ship and can do this crazy time dilation science in his head. He can still carry people with these cool limbs. He rolls about and it's crazy cool. and he is funny. He's witty. You can program him. You can be like funnier.
All right, I'm addressing the leader of the Autobots himself. We're not talking about Michael Bay films. We're talking about history here. This is Optimus Prime, the deep-voiced, wonderful leader of the Autobots who fights for good, and his home, which was destroyed, Cybertron, as we all shed a tear. He comes to Earth and he fights for good and what's right as he battles the Decepticons, and Peter Cullen has been playing him for over 40 years, and we need to embrace this. The Michael Bay films do not do him justice, but don't take that away from him. Think of man.
I'm not sure who you said as Optimus, but
Iron Man's not a robot.
He's not even a little bit a robot.
Iron Man's not even a robot.
My parents are laughing in the next room. Iron Man is not a robot.
Who said that?
Tommy!
Of course.
Tommy's disqualified. Not a robot.
He's not even a little bit a robot.
does he have a robot shell built into himself?
What?
Can he turn himself into a flying robot whenever he wants?
But
No.
he's not a robot.
No.
You're talking about the suit, which is armor. It doesn't have.
It's a machine. It's a tool.
It's not a robot.
A robot needs to function
It needs to function on its own. It needs to have its own directive.
and don't swap to the Iron Man suits that he brings in, because that is not your argument. You said Iron Man.
Yeah, don't even try it. Get that out of here.
Optimus Prime is a stupid truck.
Shut up, Ty.
Wow, that's
that was
harsh.
Those are fighting words.
He
Yeah.
wants a red and blue truck.
Who saves the universe?
I
Yeah.
have a few months that Optimus Prime saved my life. I'll just put that
Yeah,
out
he
there.
turned-
And I never even watched Transformers.
He's too big.
He
Yeah.
turns
Came
into,
today, humans wouldn't accept him because he's massive.
he's a robot in disguise, so he changes for the
He
human.
ain't in disguise, yo.
That's
He's a
something
freaking
needs to be
skyscraper.
People shouldn't change for others, but he does
Too
because
big. Oh, Tar.
I'm not even sure yours is from a real movie.
that's part of Interstellar. I agree. I just think every robot on this list is cooler than Tars, including Iron
Tars
Man.
is awesome. You can be like Tars, be 60% funnier. He'd be funnier.
Okay, all right, sure. Wally is really awesome.
Yeah.
He's a source of light. He is full optimism. The humans do not deserve to be saved by Wally.
No.
He stands good. There's a million like him, and yet he stands from the crowd. He is part of the best love story of all
He's
time.
embracing it.
I'm going to concede and throw my point to Wally.
I also can't say anything bad about Wally.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Wow. And yeah, Tim, it was between Optimus Prime and Wally, but
I understand what I did.
you gave it to Wally. Wally is the clear-cut winner of this round, everybody.
I understand what I did, Dylan, and I'm not sorry that I did it. All right. I'm going to say sequel trilogy haters. I know you're here, but please give me a second. I will say BB-8 for number 2. I think BB-8 fits so many cool things in such a small, compartmentalized robot body. He rolls around like a ball. He's faster than any other robot on this list. He supports the team. He has a mind of his own. He finishes Poe's mission. He helps the resistance. He can make a little thumbs up with his lighter arm. He takes out stormtroopers left and right. He literally kills stormtroopers. Not many others do that.
Time.
My number 2 is the dog Goddard from Jimmy Neutron. Goddard is anything Jimmy Neutron wants him to be. He's a Swiss Army knife. He turns into a phone booth. He turns into a robot, like a massive robot dog, and destroys a town. He can do anybody's voice. It's awesome. He's like a man's best friend in a robot form, and he's got plasma on his head. And he looks the part. He looks amazing. And then you just gotta plug him into the wall.
My number 2 is Iron Giant from the movie Iron Giant in 1999. He's literally a gigantic, 50-foot space robot that falls into America in the time of the Red Scare, and we watch him learn to love. He's a big innocent dummy who learns how humans are from a little boy, and he makes the ultimate sacrifice to take a literal bomb because he wants to be Superman. He blows himself up to save the little boy.
My number 2 is the maybe coolest cinematography in Star Wars history, and the newest. It's the Dark Troopers.
Oh.
Those things are
Ooh.
amazing.
They're scary.
And the horror shots they did with those, I'm going to say, is better than the Vader scene in Rogue One.
Ooh.
Ooh, and that is time. Go ahead.
They're the only thing in Star Wars that actually seem dangerous.
That's not,
That's not true even a little
that's not
bit.
true. But I
Yeah.
will say I'm betrayed right now because Ty promised me that his number 2 is Baymax, and I conceded Baymax earlier, hoping to see him higher on the list. So I'm gonna forget about the Iron Giant, and I'm gonna go back to Baymax. Okay, I'm breaking the rules right now.
What?
Baymax deserves to be on this list, and Ty has betrayed me. Goddard's cool and all, but he does not deserve to be number 2 on this robot list.
Man's best friend.
Baymax is man's best friend. He's a big marshmallow that protects you from dying.
Trust me,
Yeah,
Baymax
Baymax
is
better than
awesome.
Goddard.
He's no Goddard. Goddard turns into things. He gets Jimmy out of so many stuff by pretending to be his dad's voice or his voice.
Okay, listen, guys, I know you don't like a lot of the sequel trilogy, but think about it. BB-8 literally rides into battle like Ghost from Game of Thrones. They're all riding in on top of a Star Destroyer, and BB-8's just rolling right along, taking out just as many troops as everyone else. He holds his own as a droid. It's insane. Like, he does so much, and he's a little bro. It's like having a little puppy in Star Wars that's a droid that also has your back and takes out any bad guys.
You said he was faster than any robot on this list, and Eve is faster than him, and she's number 6.
Yeah. And first of all, you're saying killing stormtroopers?
He does.
Actual teddy bears killed stormtroopers. Let's stop acting like that's impressive.
Look, I love BB-8 as much as the next person, but we all know who number 1 is gonna be, and BB-8 is just a knockoff R2-D2.
Yep. Put in there to just for a new the fans to love, and he's
You
gotta
know-
be in every scene doing cool things.
And
I don't know
BB-8
about
takes
Retro
our way. Things R2 could be doing in the sequel
Yeah.
trilogy, and it's disrespectful to R2.
Yeah.
And we all know it is.
All right,
Well, we got
I
3PO the
I
whole
agree
time.
that a lot of BB-8 stuff should have been R2-D2, and I know that fight is going to hurt me, but I need it to be said because I wholeheartedly agree it. I just don't understand why that's such a point against BB-8. It's literally more of good. Like, they literally take a droid that's working and make a new model that's very similar, and they get along. Like, you get
But
more
I-
of a great thing.
Sure, in the movies, sure. On this list, when there's 6 spots, I'm not going to give 2 spots to basically the same character.
They're not the same. They're not the okay.
Yeah, one's
It's
a lot
no
better
doubt.
than the other.
Oh, Goddard.
It's
Not
not.
the dad.
No.
Goddard is man's best friend.
Wait, let's talk about the Dark Troopers because they are.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
scary, Tommy. They're just very new. Like, I feel like I don't have the same amount of like source material that I have about a lot of the others. They still have to prove themselves a little bit for me.
They're
They
old.
flew through space.
Tell me something against Baymax. I'd like you
He's
to.
cute and should be number 2.
All right, I'll just because I want to go against BB-8, Baymax is awesome.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's fluffy. He's programmable. He has a chip in his head, and the kid can program him to do anything he wants. BB-8's just a little annoying person.
I love BB-8. I'm so sorry to disrespect you. I just recognize when I'm beat, and I really have no problems with Baymax because I have no arguments against him. I also concede to Baymax.
But I'm gonna have to give this one to Demi
Yeah.
and Baymax. All right. The number 1 spot. The all-time greatest robot.
You know what's cool? The color red. You know what is also cool? Capes. You know what's even more cool than that? Being the most powerful non-Scarlet Witch character in Marvel. So number 1 is Vision.
Okay, my number 1's going to suffer because I was taking a risk that no longer really counts anymore, but I'm going to try for it anyway. I was taking a full-on rule-breaking risk, and my number 1 is R2-D2 and C-3PO as a duo. Okay, they both deserve to be on this list. I know C-3PO already made it. I truly did not think that Tim was going to win that battle, so I had a fail safe. We know R2-D2 deserves number 1. I don't even need to argue to you guys, but C-3PO deserves to be with him for the reason that R2-D2 is made better because he clashes so hard with C-3PO's personality, and that's why they work together.
It's R2-D2, and R2-D2 is amazing. He's made so much better in the Clone Wars series and the prequels and the original trilogy, and they do him dirty in the new trilogy because they put him with the golden dude, who's a terrible droid, and they clash because one of the droids stinks and R2 reigns supreme.
And that is time. This is going to be another C-3PO argument. Tim, take it away.
The C-3PO argument is over, Ty, and I know this is running into my time, but we're fighting the same battle, sir. R2-D2 is clearly the best robot of all time. Of course, he's your best friend in space. He always has your back. He's looking out when no one else is. He is always there for you, and on top of that, he'll throw you a lightsaber. He'll fly over to you. He'll cut you out of a big net with a little saw. He does so many things, and he is like he's so good, and he's your best friend ever, and you know what? Put that C-3PO hate away, because you already lost that battle.
The floor is
R2 doesn't have a cape.
Obviously, R2's gonna get it, but can I at least tell you why I think that C-3PO, if he hadn't already been on our list, should have made it in this spot? Because, let me tell you, who do we first see together in the entire franchise at the very top of A New Hope, Episode 4? It's C-3PO and R2-D2. And let me tell you this right now. We love R2-D2. There's no debating that he's awesome, that he's the best, whatever.
And he's made better because you said he comes out more because he's compared to the other one.
But listen to me. Listen to why. Listen to why you would understand this, right? Like, when we first meet R2-D2, he beeps. He only beeps. And that's not a point against him. All I'm saying is that we don't understand his beeping, what he's saying, until C-3PO reacts to it. C-3PO translates R2-D2 for us until we can understand him on our own. Come at me right now for that. You can't.
It's annoying when he does it.
Guys, we're going to lose sight of what's important here. If we are not careful, we will allow Tommy to take this spot because there will not be a thing against the Avenger who does nothing for the team except getting stabbed. Okay?
Except dying and giving up his
robot. He is not even a robot, okay?
He's absolutely a robot.
He is not. Listen to me right now. Jarvis was a robot. They built Vision a body.
They did.
He's in a body. He has a consciousness. He is not a robot.
He's an
I thought they built him as a robot.
No, he's not
they
a robot.
built him like an
It's
organic
like
body.
An organic body.
It's an organic body.
Would that not be a robot?
But
Yeah.
let's even consider Vision a robot. All he does for the team is die. I'm sorry, he gets
he does nothing.
over again. He's supposed to be the most powerful Tommy, but we don't see that. It's really disappointing, frankly. Look,
Tommy, the cape's cool, but everything else, he doesn't have the look. He was rude to R2. We can all agree.
R2's a little shit. He's so rude to
R2
them.
is a sassy little so-and-so.
And we love him for it.
And if you had to put up with him when you were a protocol droid who needs
We
things
don't know
He's just
what R2 said.
And that is time, everybody. Tommy, The Incredibles taught us all we need to know about capes. Quite frankly, the number one spot is gonna go to R2-D2. The final list. At number 6 is Eve. Number 5 is BMO. 4, C-3PO. 3, Wally. 2, Baymax. And 1, R2-D2. And the winner of this, to continue the streak of our guests always winning, Demi with 4. Everybody else.
All right, guys, that was our episode. Sorry we got a little passionate there, but it's just because we care. This is the undisputable internet can't argue with top 6 list of best robots of all time, and C-3PO's on it. And we did it. You can never argue with it again, but we still want to hear what your pick is for best robot, so please leave that in the comment below. We'd love to hear it. I want to thank our special guests for being here. Demi, thank you for joining us again. Ty, it was so nice having you. I hope you'd come back sometime.
Well, anytime. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We loved having you. Tommy, Dylan, always a pleasure, gentlemen. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out quite a bit, and you'll get more content like this. We'll see you next time for Top Shelf Takes.